Alright guys, so now going into our third injury report of the week for the Bengals versus the 49ers game on Sunday. Chase Brown actually entered the injury list, and he has a hamstring injury. Just talked about yesterday how he's going to get utilized more, and this is, he's finally a chance to start getting used. And then he comes in with a hamstring injury. Okay, let's talk about it. On Wednesday, he had a rest day. Thursday, he was a limited participant in practice. We're going to see what he does today, whether or not he does practice or doesn't practice. That's going to be an indication if he does play this weekend. My guess is he's going to play. Now, keep in mind that right now, his workload every week anyway is like 1 to 2 snaps a week. Last week, it was like 4 snaps, but that was the career high pretty much. So, at the end of the day, if he can't play on Sunday, it's not that big of a deal. They'll just put Travion Williams and Chris Evans in there and kind of just go on with that. But it kind of sucks because we just talked about how, he's finally going to start stepping up and really taking over this offense and showing us how he's the future of this offense. And then he comes in with, oh yeah, by the way, hamstring injury. I'm injured. So, hopefully things get figured out there. Nonetheless, though, Josh is our next guy on this list here, D-tackle. Obviously, toe injury, but he was a full participant in practice back-to-back days. He's going to play on Sunday. There's no problem at all. I'm not expecting any setback here. It looks like everything is kind of heading in the correct direction when it comes to Josh here, which is always a good sign. Our next guy we have here is Devin Harper, linebacker, hamstring. Again, full participant in practice back-to-back days. He is the replacement, the immediate replacement for Akeem Davis-Gaither. So, with him, being full participant in practice, Akeem Davis-Gaither is not going to play for another week. And he's going to be out yet again. And, again, like I said, I just don't know when he's going to come back. He's not being placed on IR, so clearly they don't think he's going to be out that long. But at the same time, though, at some point, I would kind of put him on IR. I'd be like, there's no real point. If I don't think he's coming back anytime soon, why not? Orlando Brown he still has a groin injury. He was a limited participant process yesterday, limited on Wednesday. So I'm going to guess he's going to be limited today. If anything, that's a precautionary measure, not to push him back, not to risk, further injury by trying to get him to practice in full and, problems could happen. So my guess is it's going to be limited process. Now, here's the thing that is going to get interesting in this game, is that they could technically rotate him and Cody Ford at left tackle. Depending on how, things shake out, or they could put Jackson Carman in there too. We kind of forget he's on the roster because he's never utilized whenever they need someone to back somebody up. But it's possible that, they rotate him if Orlando goes into that game. He starts off the first couple drives and he's not feeling 100%, or, he's feeling some injury or some pain. They could rotate him a couple of drives, which obviously is never a good thing because Cody Ford played his first game at left tackle last week since high school. So, and again, I don't know why they're not going Jackson Carman route at left tackle. It doesn't make any sense, but I guess I'm just not going to ask questions anymore because we did cut Lyle Collins, so I guess it is what it is. Deebo Samuel did not participate in practice. He is out for this upcoming week. That is, pretty much plain and simple. Brock Purdy, though, this sparked a lot of talk last night. A lot of information being shared out there saying, hold up, Brock Purdy was a limited participant in practice on Thursday. Does that mean he's going to play? Not necessarily. So, Brock Purdy is still in the concussion protocol. What that means is that he has to test out of the protocol, and I think it's a 3-day test where 3 different days they give you different tests to kind of get you out of it and make sure that you're okay and you're cleared to play. I think he has to be cleared to play by Saturday. So, just because he is, processing in limited fashion does not mean that he's out of concussion protocol. He also missed out on the press event yesterday for the San Francisco 49ers after practice because he was in concussion protocol. If you're in concussion protocol, you do not have to speak to the media. So, could he play? Yes. But again, keep in mind, the concussion protocol, it's not that his body is, the one in pain or a problem for this concussion protocol. It's his head. And it's also, again, precautionary measures here when it comes to concussion protocol. While, yes, you might have a concussion, you might not, it's the symptoms that really the NFL says, no, if you have any kind of symptoms like this, you cannot go out there and play because we can't risk, you getting hurt even more. So, there's different stipulations here, but again, limited participation process. As long as he feels okay, he can go out there and throw the football around, do simple drills, do nothing too crazy, and he should be fine in that aspect. But it doesn't mean he's ready to go play a game where he's getting hit every single 17 seconds pretty much, or not every single. He's getting hit a lot in that game and having to take like punishing blows and his head's hitting the ground, right? So, well, yes, it could mean he could play. It doesn't spark the interest that 100% he's going to play. Trey Greenlaw was a full participant in practice after having rest day. Brock Purdy, we just talked about. Trent Williams, he did not participate in practice again with his ankle injury. Now, he is a veteran player, so what that means is that he could, technically speaking, not participate in practice, but still go out there and be a starting, left tackle for this team. He could, he's at an age now, I will say, in veteran experience, where, yes, practice is important, don't get me wrong, practice is always important for every single player, but at the end of the day, if they don't want to put him out there for precautionary measures, it's possible he could go out there and play. I don't think he plays. I do not believe he plays. His ankle injury does look very bad. Now, again, we thought the same thing with Christian McCaffrey with his oblique injury, and he recovered from that very quickly, but my guess is this is not going to be like Christian McCaffrey here. This is, an older player in Trent Williams here, who, again, is dealing with an ankle injury, something that, oblique injury, very important for the running back, but especially for the left tackle, to press down on your ankle when you're, getting off your snaps to block the guy, that's going to be almost detrimental if your ankle is, still a problem. So, makes sense we're not going to start him in this game versus us. Flowers, he full participant in practice on Wednesday and Thursday. He has an ankle injury too, but it looks like he will be playing against us on Sunday. And finally, Christian McCaffrey. Yes, he was a full participant in practice on both days. He still has an oblique injury. He's still dealing with that, but it looks like he should be fine to play against us on Sunday. So that's going to be a tough matchup. It's a tough opponent, but you know what? At the end of the day, we already know what we got to do going into this game. We got Christian McCaffrey to cover and shut down. And, of course, we have our other man, George Kittle. That's pretty much that. And then on defense, on offense, we just got to worry about Nick Bosa. So, we know what we got to do. We know our game plan. Our game plan has not changed in any way possible. So, just go out there and play the best football we can and get out of here with a W, right? So, a win is a win is a win is a win. See you guys next one. Peace.